Hello everybody and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to make a pen. I know there are thousands of videos out there of people making pens, and for a big portion of this video nothing going to change in that point like you've seen before, but there's a twist here. I dropped the kit, sorry. There's a twist. I'm going to inlay this with some brass powder in the engravings that I do. I do engravings on my Eleksmaker laser, and the way I do it, well, we get to that later, how I do it, but I'll not show you. But I'm going to use this piece of snakewood. Actually, I'm going to make two pens because my father that commissioned this job asked me to make two, one for him and his boss. I'm going to use snakewood to give them that exclusive feeling, and snakewood is really beautiful. You can see the grain there. That looks really good. The method I'm doing with the engraver and inlay is something I've been tinkering with for about 7, 8, 9 months, maybe a bit more. I finally got down to where I'm confident of what I'm doing is gonna turn out really good every time. And I haven't seen anyone do this before, so this will be a world's first. So let's get it done and get ready. See you in a bit. Okay, so making pens, nothing special here that you haven't seen before. This is a new kit for me. I haven't done this kit before, but I think it should be all right. I'll just get a bowl here for all the pieces and bits I'm going to use. So this kit here has actually 3 tubes. It should be 3. Alright, the last one is here. One of them is a support tube that's supposed to go inside here, like that. And another one is for the clip on the top. I'm going to make a small piece of wood for that. So this piece of wood here should be big enough for this. As you can see, the tubes fit in there pretty well. So let's make a marking and get over to the bandsaw and cut this out. So I'm just gonna make a scratch there. Okay, and since I'm gonna do engraving on this pen, and this is extremely thin down here. Doesn't seem right to me. Oh, that's right. I just looked at the end piece. This is too thin. This is I can see the brass tubing in here. I don't know what to do. I'm not sure, but Oh well. Let's try it again. Yeah, that will do. So still need a little bit more polish and stuff, but I still need to engrave it and inlay it, so that will be done when that is. So let's get on into the laser and do some engraving. Okay, so now we're in at the laser and I have my Eleksmaker here set up. I got the piece here, and it's the beam now is focused as it should be, and I aligned it so it's straight according to the tube inside the piece. And of course the beam is in focus. Over here I have Lightburn that I use to control my Eleksmaker. And for you aficionados with the Eleksmaker, here are the settings. I hope that you're able to see them, but basically I just do the cut mode is just fill. I don't do the line as well, if you know what that is. I do 4 passes at 64% power. The speed is 2400 millimeters a minute, and the interval, the spaces between the lines that it makes is 0.012 millimeters. So that's basically the settings I'm using. This is a 2500 milliwatts laser. It's not that expensive, so you can just get it reasonably cheap. Just make sure if you get an Eleksmaker, you don't get one of the clones. Get a proper Eleksmaker. My recommendation would be 2500 milliwatts, no less. And the maximum you can get is 5500 milliwatts. If the company that sells them state that it is more powerful than that, it's a scam, because you cannot make a blue laser diode more powerful than that. If it goes over that, it's just an overclocked version and it will not last as long and it will burn out. So 2500 or 5500 milliwatts. So that's basically it. This cut here will take about half an hour, 45 minutes. And I just need to make sure that the laser's ready to go. And there you have it. Probably should like that. So this will go on for about 45 minutes. So yeah, I'm not going to film all of it. I'm just going to give you a little bit of how it works. The settings and the power has to vary on the woods you're cutting. It all depends on how hard it is, the composition of the wood and all that stuff. So you need to play around with it a little bit. Well, that's the base settings that I use, and I adjust them a little bit in order to get the cut I want on the wood I want. So see you when it's done. Okay, so it's done now, and we can remove it. As we can see here, that it had engraved rather deep, and we need to clear out this soot in here. I normally do that with a point, so let me just get that and then. So I do that with just a toothpick and just clean it out, and I can get a feel of how deep the engraving is. This feels fine. So the engraving needs to be kind of deep, otherwise we don't get the inlay to stick and give a good result, and we want that. So that's fine. So let's get get out to the lathe and start making inlays. Okay, so we're back on the lathe. I mounted this up with the non-stick bushings. So basically kind of nylon that the CA glue doesn't stick to very well. You can see here I got some on, it just peels off really easy. You can get this in like any woodturning store or online. They are available, they're easy to find. But I'll start by give this a final clean. And I just blow that out with the air compressor. And I check one final time to see that I got it clean as I need to be, because I need the inlay to stick to this, so it doesn't fall out. So there was a little bit there that I couldn't get out with a toothpick, so this fine point here on the calipers does the job pretty good. So that's that. And since the kit I'm gonna be using is it's chrome like that, I'm thinking about going with aluminium inlay, because it's silver and it fits kind of silverish, you know. So you got a bit more dust on there. It really needs to be clean. So the way I do this is just put powder on, and you don't want to be stingy with it. You just make sure that it's full, tap it a little bit so it compacts a bit, and you just basically just put a bit more on to be certain that it's all right. And it's a good idea to clean up as much as you can, but you want to make sure that it's completely full, so I guess we're going to do it like this today. And then CA glue, we want the thin stuff, and we need something to protect the bed with, because it's gonna probably drip down. And you want to make sure that it's completely saturated, otherwise it's not gonna be good. So that is basically it. Okay, so now there are two ways we can do that. This we need to make sure that it's clean all the way through. We can do that with a gouge, or we can do that with sandpaper or a file. Really easy and as safe as we can. And there you have it. Now it's upside down. Well, that looks pretty good. So, give this a light sand. I think I can start with 400. So, it's time for CA finish. finally, it's done. You will not believe how many times I tried to record a video showing off this technique. I started to feel like I was cursed. I believe this is my 4th attempt of doing it. But you don't know that. Basically, something I've been thinking with for some time. I did a lot of inlays and balls and, you know, where brass inlaying cracks, something like that. If you can see that. I did that many times and it works well. And at the point I was making a lot of pin for a lot of people, and some people asked for a bit extra. So I thought to myself, well, there has to be something I can do instead of just engraving the names on it. It's going to be black. So I laid 2 and 2 together and thought using the engraving deep with the Eleksmaker, like I showed you, and just put some metal powder in it. You can use any powder you want, or like milliput or whatever. Just put it in there and sand it down. I like to give it the CA finish because that give it some extra strength, because it could fall out. We don't know. It's still a piece of metal that's just glued in some wood. It's not that thick, so I use always CA finish on it. And this, it got a good feeling on it. It got a good grip. It looks kind of weird, I know, but I think it looks pretty good. And I hope that the receiver of this pin will be happy and enjoy it for many years to come. So that is how I do it. Feel free to do and use it in any kind of project you want. You can, like, I think thought about making a clock when just engraving the letters or numbers on it and just inlaying like that. It's gonna look awesome as well. You can do anything you like. The possibilities are endless. So that is how I make this kind of pen with this inlay on it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please leave a like, give me a comment and tell me what you think about it. Subscribe to my channel, please. It helps me a lot. And I dropped it. That's bad. I don't think there's anything happened to it. I don't see any cracks. I don't feel anything. So I'm lucky. But subscribe to my channel, please. It helps me out so much. It gives me some kind of satisfaction to see the channel grow. And spread the word, people. Enjoy and have a good weekend.